Bulldogs in black, Bears in white, opening tip controlled by Mississippi State. Denim to Shields will go to work for State.
And Eric,
here's Debrisha Poe. Can't get it. Okotz, finally, first points of the game.
neither team's doing a great job so far of containing dribble penetration.
Okot with the steal. Russell will launch a three and get it. The grad student from Baltimore spent the last 2 seasons at Kentucky, averaging 11.5 points a game.
And for Mississippi State, it's the assist from Drukayla Jordan all the way cross court because
they've been in March Madness mode for a while now because they've been a bubble team for weeks. Needed that win in the SEC tournament to ensure they be here, so they've been playing with their backs to the wall for a while. Great start. Jordan averaging 16 points a game to lead the team in scoring. Onya, Montague there with the defense. Jordan, it's what she does so well, can stop quickly, create a shot even though she's given up some size amongst the trees. Leaning inside for 2 is Montague.
Taylor Jordan, when their name was announced, he was tearing up. He was so emotional because he wanted it so bad for these young ladies.
Tough shot. Twydale beating the shot clock. That's the first field goal made for Cal.
But if you're going to be in the NCAA tournament, sometimes you just got to get lucky. Well, Twydale stays with it off of the fumble.
Russell. Jada Noble on the floor for Cal. Poe, outstanding three-point shooter throughout her career. 40% from beyond the arc. Struggled in the SEC tournament. She was 1 for 10 from outside the arc in the 2 games in Greenville. Good take to the basket around Okot. Time here for Cal with 5 across half court. Great job by Poe getting back defensively. And then stepping out of bounds is Cal. We had to talk about the bun for a second. 22 points. What impressed you about Juju's play? Now, she had an interesting day. She was shaking out her left hand a bit. She had rolled her left ankle as Montague starts the second quarter with a bucket. I mean, your analysis isn't just restricted to what's happening on the court.
Oh, good to know. Maybe I'll tell you that necklace.
There is shot for 3, and that drops down. So she has 7 of the 8 Cal points.
And her decisions on offense have been really good so far, knowing when to drive, knowing when to spot up.
8 Trojans guy in the stands there. I'm going to assume there is. Creamy League can't get the 3 to drop. Offensive rebound. Onya had it knocked out of her hands. Montague control. Inside, Onya with the catch. Okot with the block. Drive to the basket, finish with the left by Lulu Twydale. Jordan, turnover by Cal. Jordan's got great speed, goes to the basket, leans in, finishes, and 1. Drukayla is part of her celebration.
Way to think
right,
like
coach?
Way to think like a coach.
Right, coach? Creamy Lee been trying to find the range and finally knocks one down. She was 0 for 3 from beyond the arc. Controlled by McFall. Jordan on the bench right now. Their leading scorer for Mississippi State. McFall, beautiful. Okot finishes this one.
McFall comes off the high on-ball screen, realizes that Onya rotates over. She's waiting for Okot to get a step deep.
Twydale's had a good first half. Looks for the assist here. Onya shut off by Okot, but sticks with it for her first field goal.
You know, they haven't been in the NCAA tournament in her 6 years there. This is their first time, all of the young ladies on this roster. And she just said, we have not made point-blank layups.
Russell feeds it inside. Okot left alone. I think we're going to get an early timeout from Cal. We will. Nothing's gone right for Cal out of the locker room, and as a result, Mississippi State has stretched it out to an 11-point. Williams to Suarez. Cal could use it, don't get it. Onya with the rebound. And on the turnaround with the left, beautiful finish by Michelle Onya. Jada Noble picked up a couple of fouls in the first half on for Cal. Excellent defender defending Drukayla Jordan. Okot gets the pass and gets the finish. Rolling to the basket and putting it in for 2 is Onya. The door is ajar here for Cal, down by 8. Make it 6. They work a play for Creamerly, and look at Okot on the closeout with the block on the three-point attempt.
Once you get to the rim, read what the help side defense is doing and find the highest percentage look.
McFall, that wasn't a high percentage shot, but she finished.
Well, I did say get a high percentage look, and a layup is just that. Destiny McFall just hangs in the air.
Got back into the game, but Mississippi State has answered out of that break. Onya's back in the game. Soft touch, another one that drops for Michelle Onya, who has Prater. Somehow, some way it got to Okot, who puts it in for 2 more.
One year, it was a trampoline after they got a win over Tennessee. When they beat LSU, they got a pool. They were supposed to get a trip to Hawaii this year, but I'm going to lobby for Dad to see if maybe if they got a win today, maybe the trip to Hawaii could be back on.
I mean, you get an NCAA tournament win, you're going to Hawaii. Montague with the basket on one end. There's the Purcell girls, yes. Russell with the finish. We've watched Nia Russell for years. She gets that look in her eyes that she's going to take it to the basket.
As soon as Mississippi State scores, and it's a difficult bucket for Nia Russell. But Prater immediately jumps up in defensive position. And I cannot say enough how impressed I am with the leadership of Jada Noble.
Okot inside for 2. Medina Okot. Pressure in the backcourt. Thank you, Holly, from Cal, trying to get things going defensively. Russell, as they break the pressure with the layup. Shooting in a building they've been in the past when they were a member of the Pac-12, just has not been comfortable. Okot has it denied by Onya.
Denham DeShields got matched up on, and she got caught for the hooking.
So DeShields gets called for the foul. Suarez gets her first points of the second half, and just into the hands of Jordan, defended by Thwydale. Jordan hangs in the air, gets the basket and the foul. She'll get back to time to eat, but this time she'll just stare down her bench instead of anybody from the other team.
Well, you learn and you grow, and when you're Jacayla Jordan, you know you're best off the bounce.
The feed to Jordan, inside to Montague against the double team. Probably should have kicked it back out, but here comes Cal. Creamerly, defense wasn't set. You can't let a shooter like that get out of the box if you're Mississippi State. She has struggled all game, but she can heat up in a hurry.
Here comes the trap.
And a foul as DeShields tried to pass it.
For Mississippi State.
Williams can't get the second one. It's DeShields who gets the rebound, and a timeout called by Poe, I believe, was the one. You get your
Again, now if you're Mississippi State, it's just about ball security because you know that Cal needs to foul.
Oh, DeShields tiptoeing, turned it over. Numbers the other way for Cal. Can they do something with it? Williams short. Onya, yes, and one. Well, you know Cal's not going to quit. They'll keep fighting here in this final minute. Chance for a three-point play for Onya.
Without more time going off the clock.
And a timeout's going to be called by Mississippi State. They can advance the ball to the front court. 16 against Notre Dame in the ACC tournament. Finishes the day with 13 today in the NCAA tournament in her NCAA tournament debut. Prater puts it away for Mississippi State at the free throw line. She makes a couple, dialing up the defense right to the final horn, making it tough. Suarez steps back and lets loose, and that will do it. Mississippi State wins it 59-46. They will take on the Trojans on Monday.